everybody, Randy with the Rashley's BBQ. We're going to be coming to you tonight with a chicken cook. We're going to be cooking chicken that's already been split in half, and it's been marinated by the good folks over at Bob Stark's Meat Market here in McAllen. Went by there and picked it up, talked to the owner, Benny, really nice guy. Check him out if you're here in McAllen. Really good meat, good prices. Anyway, we're going to do it here on the Goodwin open range that was loaned to us by South Texas Outdoor Kitchens. Today they sent me a couple of more grills that go in this thing. Let me show you those real quick. I got a couple of things to show you here today. One is the lid is reversible. Some people made comments about having to lean over the firebox in order to reach the cooking chamber. Well, I reversed that reversible lid today so you can see that you can access the cooking area without leaning over the firebox. It just puts the firebox on the back side then, so that you have to walk around the grill to adjust your fire, but it's no big deal considering you don't adjust the fire that much on these. South Texas Outdoor Kitchens sent me the other two grills, the grates that go in this grill. Two grates that go in the cooking chamber so that you can cook with two layers of meat. The upper grill, or the upper grate, and then there's a second grate that fits down below that. So you can have two layers of meat cooking, smoking. Today we're just going to be using the upper grate. There we go. So let me get everything situated. I'll bring you around to the back side and we'll see the fire getting started, and then we'll get into the cook. We're going to be using some of these Primo quick lights tonight to start the fire with. Never used them before, so we'll check them out. It's got little flammable material on the end, so you just strike them on the box. Let them get started burning. And then just kind of nestle them down into the charcoal. So we've started the fire in 3 locations. We're going to let that get burning for a bit, let it go for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to add our flavor wood and a little more charcoal on top, get our fire set to about 350 degrees in the smoke chamber, and then we'll get our chicken on, so we'll be back. Okay, from this shot you can see that the firebox is on this side of the cooker now, and the cook chamber is actually facing the opposite direction, so it opens that way. So now we cook from the opposite side. Firebox is back here. Cook chamber's right here, so no need to lean over the firebox. And you just unscrew one screw, turn the lid around, put the screw back in, and you can do it from either side. I was simply having the firebox and the opening of the cook chamber on the same side so that I could adjust the fire and check the chamber from the same side. But as you can see, you can do it either way. So it's not necessary to lean over the cook box. I'd also like to mention that there's a air gap. There's another plate inside here, spaced down about an inch or so, that keeps the top of the firebox from getting extremely hot. I mean, I'm at hot enough fire to get 350 degrees in the cook chamber right now, but I can still place my hand on there without burning myself too badly. Can't leave it there, but it's not like you're going to get an instant blister if you accidentally lean on it. Some people have asked me, how hot can you get the cooking chamber? Well, as hot as you want. I've only got the vents open, the air vents in the firebox open about 2 turns. The air vent on top is open 2 turns, and the damper on the side is open 11. It's about 10 o'clock, and I'm at 360 degrees in the cooking chamber, so you can get it plenty hot in there. I mean, I don't know how hot you want to cook, but you could get it over 400 degrees depending on how you set the fire and the dampers. As I mentioned in some of my previous cooks, this chicken that I get from Bob Starks is pre-marinated. It's vacuum sealed. I like their yellow spices. And as you're going to see, I'm just going to cut this bag open and go straight from the bag to the grill with no additional prep or no additional seasonings. Oh, there we go. That's it. We're just going to close it up and let it go. We're going to let it go for about an hour at 350, 60 degrees, somewhere in that range. And then we're going to probe it. So simple, comes out good every time. At about 1 hour when we probe it, it's going to be at 170. It always turns out the same way. So let's just let it sit here in Cadillac for a while. We'll come back whenever we're going to check the temperature. We're going to get a little bit of a twofer today. We've got the chicken on the grill. It's going. It's been on about 30 minutes. And I bought a steak. I'm going to go ahead and put the steak on with the chicken. Let it cook at about 350. Watch it till I get the internal temperature up to about 120 or so. I put the grill over the firebox. So when the steak gets up to about 120, we're going to pull it and we're going to reverse sear it. We're going to direct grill it over the fire with a little reverse sear. We're going to hit it with some Chupacabra Cajun rub. And let me get the steak open and get the rub, and I'll let you take a look at that, and then we're going to put it on and let it slow cook. Here's that nice ribeye that we got over at Bob Starks. Let me pop open this little sample pack. Never tried the Chupacabra Cajun. Oh, that's good stuff. Let's give it a liberal coat of this Cajun rub. We'll just pat it on real good to get it to stick. Hit the other side. Oh, that is really good. Makes me wonder why I haven't tried that before. Okay, so there you go. I know there's purists out there that say, oh, just salt and pepper your steak. Don't put a rub on it. But hey, my steak, I'll cook it the way I want it. Anyway, we're going to enjoy it. Let me get it on the fire. Excuse my reach while I step over here and grab this steak. We're going to let it slow cook at about 350 until it comes up to the internal temperature we're looking for. And then we'll move it over onto the firebox and sear it off with a reverse sear. Okay, everybody, the steak's up to 127 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and pull it off and move it to the other side. I'm going to pull it off and let it rest for just a second under some foil while the chicken comes on up to temp. It's almost done also. Okay, the chicken's just about done, so we're going to go ahead and sear off the steak on the direct side. We got the grill in here over the fire. Oh yeah, nice and hot. I'm going to give it about a minute or so on that side, and then I'll flip it. Flip her over and give her a minute or so on that side. We're going to take our trusty Thermopin, 135 degrees with carryover. It's going to be medium-ish. All right, we're going to call it right there. That's close enough for me. I went ahead and put it under some foil over there. We're going to let it rest for just a minute, and we're going to get on the other side Take one last look at the temps on the chicken and make sure it's ready, and we're going to pull it off. Our eye grill is telling us that the chicken is ready, but we're going to take the thermopin and probe it just to make sure. Can't be too safe with chicken. Let's go into the breast here. 171. That's good. That smaller piece is probably going to be considerably hotter. Our eye grill is beeping at us, telling us that our pit temperature is dropping. Yeah, we know, we have the lid open. 176 degrees in the smaller piece, so they're both done. I'm going to go ahead and pull the chicken off, and we'll head inside and plate up some dishes, cut some chicken, and take a look at it. So appreciate y'all sticking with us. Hang around just a little longer, and we'll take a look at the food on the inside there. We're back inside. Let's go ahead and open up the meat. I'll reset the camera where you can get a good look at it as we cut it. We're going to slice the steak and take a look at it. Then we're going to cut open that chicken and take a look at it. So let me get that set up, and we'll be right back. Here's the chicken. We'll go ahead and part it out. Got to get rid of that skin because my wife and I are trying to eat a little healthier. Where's that joint? There it is. Now let's go ahead and just cut the breast in half. Very good, nice and juicy, just the way we like it. So let me get that steak out. That's pretty medium, very nice. All right, let's take a taste test. Take a piece of that chicken. So, let's see how it is. Tender, juicy, packed with flavor. That seasoning that Bob Starks uses on that chicken is just absolutely wonderful. And the way they vacuum seal it, it pulls all the seasoning down into the meat. That's awesome. So here's a piece of that steak, also from Bob Starks. This is ribeye. It had nice marbling throughout. You can see it's just juices running out everywhere. That is so good. We hit it with that Chupacabra Cajun rub. And when I first tasted it, I thought it might overpower the beef because it had a lot of flavor and it has a pretty good bite to it. But after it cooks on the meat, it doesn't overpower the beef at all. It complements it. That is very, very good. One more piece of that steak. Oh, that's so good. So Dwight, if you're out there, that's the way I cook a steak. You had asked how to keep it juicy. The trick is to reverse sear it. I let it come up to room temperature. I cooked it at about 350 degrees on the indirect side until the temperature came up to about 128 to 130, more or less. Then I moved it over to the direct, right over the heat. It was probably only 2.5 inches above the heat, and cooked it over the direct fire for about a minute on each side, maybe a little more because I flipped it a couple extra times as I was watching the char on it. And as you can see, you said you had problems with the meat drying out. Look at that. Juices just Ooh, dripping all over the floor. The dogs are liking that. But that's the trick to a juicy steak, Dwight. Don't overcook it. And I love the reverse sear technique. Comes out really nice every time. So I'm gonna get this plated up, call my wife, let her know everything's ready. We're gonna get some supper and enjoy it. I hope y'all enjoyed this 2 for cook, 2 for the price of 1. You got your chicken, and we got a reverse seared steak, all in one cook, all on the very versatile Goodwin open range. You see we did direct and indirect at the same time. Great meat. Thanks everybody. If you like this video, click like. If you're not a subscriber, please, I implore you, subscribe, share it with your friends, tell all your friends about us, and we hope to see y'all again soon. Saying adios from Rashley's Border Q. We'll see y'all down the road.